Hey friends, welcome to another Wolverine live stream. Today I wanted to pop on and talk to you about some basic herbal remedies to keep on hand at your house. And this is kind of a spontaneous video because my daughter actually just got stung by something, and we made a poultice for her finger and put a band-aid on it and fixed her up. And I thought, you know what? These are things that everybody can do, but not everybody knows about. So I figured I would talk to you guys a little bit about the poultice that I just made. So first things first, if you haven't been here before, welcome. And I want to just put this out there. I am a certified trained professional herbalist and aromatherapist. I've done well over 2,000 hours of training in both of these modalities, and so I am a professional. That being said, if you disagree with something that I'm going to introduce to you, that's fine. Just please keep it out of my comments unless it's constructive criticism. So I know that sounds like a weird thing to say about a poultice because, like, how is that going to be controversial? But you'd be amazed. So, first thing that I put that you need for the poultice is either a bowl and a spoon or a mortar and pestle. Okay, just something like this. I'm not actually going to make it because I'll make a big mess in my lap, and I just actually made it. But the next thing you'll need is bentonite clay. I just buy this one. I think I got this one on Amazon. But you can get it, I think even Walmart has this one. It's pretty common. You can get it at the beauty supply store. You can get it all over the place. It's just called Aztec Secret, and it's just bentonite clay. Then I use coconut charcoal. So it's activated charcoal. It just happens to be made from coconut husks. And then last but not least, plantain. Now I have a really, it's pretty herb in there. I have a really cute little poem about plantain that I'll share with you guys to help you remember. And when I'm going into more depth on these things in future videos, I'll make sure and post pictures on how to identify plantain. If you are not well versed in plant identification or you don't feel like going out and harvesting your own plantain, you can buy it online. Mountain Rose Herbs is a good source for plantain. And if you live here in Denver, Apothecary Tinctura, I love. My teacher Kim actually works there. She's amazing, and they have plantain there as well. So you don't have to harvest it yourself. But I'm going to give you a little poem to help you remember this one because this one could save your life in an emergency. Again, professional herbalist, but I'm not going to give you advice to replace the opinion of a doctor, a physician. If you get bit by something like a rattlesnake, please, for the love of all things good and holy on earth, call 911, get yourself help. In the meantime, while you're waiting for the ambulance to show up, this is a remedy that has been used for thousands of years and could absolutely save your life. So here's the poem. It's bug bites, bee stings, venomous snakes. A little plantain is all it takes. Chew it up, spit it out, stick it on the pain. It will draw the venom out and you'll be right as rain. And the reason I made that poem up was to help my kids remember this one. And plantain is a very powerful drawing herb. So it actually pulls out toxins, venom, splinters, stingers, anything like that. So if you don't have bentonite clay and charcoal and all that, or you're not near your apothecary or you're out in the wild, plantain is a weed that grows almost everywhere. It's a broad, flat-leafed plant. There's a different type of plantain that looks like a banana, and that's not related. It's just the same name. But broadleaf plantain is common here in Colorado. It's a rosette that grows close to the ground, and it'll have these seed shoots sticking up out of the middle. And you can tell it's leaves because veins go vertical along the back. But I will get into more depth about identifying plants at a later date. Plantain can be bought. If you're familiar with plantain and you just never knew that it had any use before, now you know. But plantain is one where if you were to, God forbid, you got stung by or bit by a rattlesnake or some other venomous snake, and you happened to be waiting for help, or you're out hiking on your own and you're far from help, knowing about plantain could save your life. It's a remedy you would just take the fresh leaves and chew them up until they get nice and sticky, and then you would stick them on the injury and it would draw out the pain. Now you might be thinking, that's disgusting. Why would I put saliva on an injury? Well, the thing about plantain is it's also antiseptic. So you're not going to have to worry about infection. You're more concerned about getting the venom out of your system at this point. So plantain is a really good herb to use for that. Now, again, that being said, these statements have not been approved by the FDA. They are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent any disease. I have to say that. I have to put that on all my products too. But I, for one, would love to know about plantain if I was out hiking in Colorado where we have rattlesnakes. So that's a good one to know. Um, so these are some things I would recommend having on hand. Plantain, for sure. Bentonite clay, also really good for your beauty treatments, like to your face or whatever. I'm a little too sensitive for it on its own, so I have to like mix it with stuff. Charcoal, activated charcoal. Just get a bag of it, off of Amazon. Organic everything is always better, or wild harvested. This plantain was wild harvested. I picked it myself, dried it myself. And then it's always good to have a little mortar and pestle, although it's not necessary. Like, it's a great thing to have, but you can kind of do the same thing with a spoon and a bowl. But they do sell like little mortar and pestles at the mercados, or I think you might be able to get them at Walmart in the kitchen section too. They don't have to be fancy stone ones. They could be plastic, or, I'd prefer if it wasn't plastic. They could be made of anything though. So those are things that I would keep on hand for bug bites, bee stings, venomous snakes, anything that needs to be drawn out. So if you get a splinter, that's another great poultice to use. You could even just do the plantain on a splinter and it'll usually pull it out with no problem. So a few more things that I would recommend having on hand. These are actually some essential oils that I'm going to talk about really quickly. These are for very different reasons. And the first one I'm going to talk about, everybody's heard of, and a lot of people hate it. A lot of people love it. Lavender essential oil. So I'm sorry, for some reason, YouTube isn't showing me the live chat right now. Let me see if I can. Oh, hey, there you are. Yes, Jane Mokahete. I don't know if I'm saying that right or not, but for some reason my chat isn't working. So if I'm not responding to you, I'm sorry. I have to go to a different window to look at it. So the first one I was going to talk about is lavender. This is Lavandula augustifolia. I get all of my essential oils from Eden's Garden now. They're really high quality, third-party tested, beautiful oils. The lady that owns the company and started the company is a really sweet lady. She's a Christian lady. Not that that matters to me, but it might matter to you. And she works directly with the distillers. So she buys it from the distillers and sells it to you. So it's a lot cheaper than things like doTERRA, but the quality is not less. Certified aromatherapist telling you Eden's Garden is good quality oil. Literally my profession. So yes, good quality oil. Now, lavender is one I would say everybody should have on hand all the time in every house in the kitchen. And the reason being is because this is the number one best way to treat a burn, any kind of burn. If you have a sunburn, you can make a spray out of this. You can make you could get water with some lavender oil in it and soak it on your back or wherever you have your sunburn. But also in the kitchen, if you burn yourself, you put a drop of lavender oil just straight on there and it will help it heal in half the time. It's amazing. And it smells good. I love lavender. My daughter's obsessed with lavender. Excuse me for a moment. So lavender is one. Given our current global situation, a second oil that I would recommend having on hand is this one, called Ravensara. Sorry, I think that might be backwards for you guys. Ravensara, or Cinnamomum camphora. Now, what's interesting about this is it's actually made from the cinnamon tree, but it smells like eucalyptus. And the reason I'm recommending this one is because it is one of the most antiviral, actually I think it might be the most antiviral essential oil on the planet. Okay, I'm going to do a gross demo for you guys. What you do, I hope you guys still like me after this, is you take a piece of tissue, and you make a little cone out of it. It's a live demo. This could go terribly wrong. This might be awful. You put a drop on. Just one drop. One drop is more than enough. And then you stick it up your nose and breathe deeply for 1 minute. And then after this minute is over, you're going to switch sides. It smells really good. Excuse me, just in case they're censored. After the minute and one side is over, you're going to do the other side for an additional minute with a new piece of toilet paper or tissue. The reason that you do that is because it actually kills all of the viruses that you might have inhaled throughout the day into your respiratory tract. It's a must-have for cold and flu season. It's also really great for like allergies because it opens up the nasal passages and helps a lot with that kind of like allergenic congestion that you might be getting. So those are a few things that you might want to keep on hand, especially with summer coming up. Really wonderful recipe for treating a sunburn would be to take a little bit of vegetable glycerin, or if you don't have vegetable glycerin, you could use like Castile soap and put it into a spray bottle, a glass spray bottle. And then you put in like 15 drops of lavender and 10 drops of peppermint. It's going to be strong. And then you fill it up with water, shake it, spray it on the burn. It is amazing. It helps it heal faster. It takes away the pain. You do smell minty and flowery, but it's worth it because you do end up feeling a lot better. And I will probably do a video tutorial on how to make that one. Oh, thank you, Jane. Jane just said, big wow to my nails. I actually did them myself. So thank you, Jane. I wanted to go get my nails done, but because I'm in the high risk category for COVID, we decided against it. And so my husband instead bought me a polygel nail kit off of Amazon, which was like $40, but it came with all sorts of, I did buy some extra gel color nail polish. But yeah, I've never done my nails before. I did them myself. Totally off track, but thank you for noticing. I'm really proud of them. I feel like I did a really good job, especially considering that I've literally never done my nails before, not once. I have glued on press-on nails and I have painted them. But yeah, I feel like I did a good job. And he got me all the things. I have like the light and a drill, so I have to get good at it now. Sorry. I have to get good at it because he spent so much money on it. But yeah, fun times. So a couple people that I know asked me why I wanted to do my nails because it seems unlike me to do something so unnatural. But the truth is that I suffer from a condition called dermatillomania, which is where you pick your skin compulsively. And the only way that I stop myself from picking my skin is if I have on fake nails, because they're too thick for me to like get under my skin with. And so eventually I give up and then my skin clears up and it's like a self-medicated kind of thing. It's not just for the looks, but thank you, Jane. Thank you for being proud of me. That means a lot. I'm so glad somebody noticed because I didn't want to be like, notice my nails, notice my nails. But they do match my wheelchair. They're the same color as Dorothy. I did my toes too, but I'm not going to show those because the internet is a weird place full of weird people. The other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, which I'm really excited about, is that I have been planning in my new Plum paper planner. And I know I have not done a video of it yet, and I'm sorry, but I have been making a list of different video ideas that I want to do over the next month. And I just wanted to kind of go over those with you guys because I think you're going to be really excited. Just for your information, I have kind of decided to focus more on the herbal stuff than on the crochet stuff because there's a lot of crochet stuff out there. There's not as much herbal stuff out there. And honestly, doing tutorials and stuff, I realize it's starting to feel like work, and I don't want it to feel like work. So I will share my finished projects and things with you. But if you're looking to learn how to crochet, my channel is probably not going to be the place for you because I will still be very much sharing about my crochet experience and all the things that I love about yarn. But I just, with my health and everything else, I have to kind of pick one thing and focus on it. So I've decided to kind of focus on herbal stuff. That being said, I am still going to make the rainbow blanket tutorial. It's just probably going to take me quite some time. Unfortunately, my health is just not great. I don't have the energy for a lot of things. And so that's one of the things that's kind of fallen off the list. But I am going to be making a ton of herbal videos because spring is here. And I'm thinking in the winter time, I'll probably do more crochet tutorials. So it'll be like a seasonal ebb and flow kind of thing. So one of the subjects that I wanted to cover was dandelions. And I don't know if you guys know anything about dandelions, but they are amazing. They have like wonderful nutritional value. They have a ton of benefits. They're great for your liver, your kidney, your skin. Um, they're just amazing. So I wanted to share with you, since it's the beginning of spring, my yearly ritual of making dandelion syrup. So once there's enough dandelions here, we will go find a field and harvest a bunch, and then I will show you how to harvest and process dandelions to make dandelion syrup. And then I will show you what to do with dandelion syrup, and we'll talk about the benefits as well. I do have another little herb poem for dandelion, but I'm going to wait until I make that video to say it to you guys. So dandelions is coming up, and then I also am going to be talking in another video about allergies, understanding allergies, benefits and nutritional value of an herb called nettles, talking about the benefits of raw local honey when it comes to allergies, and talking about immunomodulating herbs like astragalus. That might seem like a lot of information, but it's going to be one video. It's going to be very clear and concise. I'm going to take notes. I'm going to make sure that I have like a flow that can be followed. And then I'm going to do a gardening for noobs video. So I'm going to call it Let's Get Dirty. So we're going to talk about soil, what kind of soil, quality of soil to start seeds in. We're going to talk about starting seeds. We're going to talk about how herbs are just intentional weeds, so anybody can grow them. Bees and butterflies for humanity. So basically why you would have an herb garden that you don't use just for the bees. And then, and this one, I'll probably split this into a series because my husband's going to be involved. I'll also do microbial allies in the soil, talking about the different chemicals in the soil that literally make you happy. If you are depressed, get your hands in the ground like as much as possible, because soil has these microbes that have been proven in scientific research to actually make you release serotonin and dopamine. So they actually make you happy, physically happy. And then I am going to force my husband to film a composting video, since he took the Colorado Master Composter course a few years ago and hasn't really used it for much. I'm going to start forcing him to teach people against his will. So you'll see me off camera threatening him, and he'll teach you guys about composting. 1 second. Excuse me. I keep losing my voice lately, and it seems like it doesn't matter how much I hydrate. It just goes. It's part of the fun of having eds, is sometimes my voice just decides to leave me. So let's see. I have, like, these aren't all one video. These are just the ideas I came up with when I was kind of brainstorming the other night. So we'll see how it comes together. One is self-care for summer. So I want to do a whole class, like not just a video, but like a class. And I don't know if this is going to be a paid event or not yet. It depends on how much I decide to cover in the video / class, because it's a lot of herbal first aid. So herbal first aid, I would be talking about, treating different kinds of ailments. I would be talking about herbs and where to get them. I would be talking about identifying the herbs that you need. We would probably talk about making an Amish drawing salve and that sort of thing. First aid for sunburns. Also bug spray. I am going to make a video of, I think, just various first aid sprays. So the burn spray and a bug spray. And then I want to do a video for self-care, herbal and ceremonial baths and bath bombs, bath salts, and shower melts. And then I will be doing another video of educational resources like I did with the herbalism books, but for aromatherapy. And then talking about doTERRA and sources for quality oils. I'm sorry if you guys sell doTERRA. Don't get upset at me. It's just, I don't have a problem with people that sell doTERRA. If your friends sell doTERRA, it's absolutely okay to buy it from them. If you want to support their little business, please do that. Please also note that doTERRA is not the only source of good quality oils in the world, and you don't have to pay 5 times the actual price of an oil to get a quality oil. Um, my issue is with the business model, not the people who are selling doTERRA. They are quality oils. They're wonderful oils. They're therapeutic grade. I would absolutely recommend using them. I would recommend using them under the supervision of an actual aromatherapist, though, not a doTERRA salesperson, an actual certified aromatherapist. Um, oh, I want to do a video on pets and kids and oil safety because a lot of people don't realize, but you cannot, absolutely 100% cannot use essential oils on or around cats. Now, if you have cats and you have an ailment that requires you to use essential oils, you just make sure that the cat isn't going to be like right up next to where you're using the oils. You don't distill the oils in a room that the cat's going to be in. But for instance, if you have to rub the oil on your feet, just make sure the cat's not near your feet when you're doing it. Like do it in the bathroom or something away from the cat and then put socks on. Cats lack a particular enzyme that allows the rest of us to process essential oils. And so you have to be extremely careful to keep essential oils away from cats because it can kill them. It can cause liver failure. So I'm going to do a whole video on safety guidelines for essential oils. I'm going to do an introduction to phytochemistry. I'm going to do home clearing and cleaning. So I'm going to talk about making your own cleaning products that are organic and natural. A scouring powder, like a all-purpose cleaner, glass cleaner, and then I also want to talk about energetic cleaning. So like smudging and praying and sprinkling salt or whatever, whatever method that you choose to do. So that'll be another video. And then it's a lot, I know. My family is going on a few days, like a 3-day trip to Mesa Verde, Colorado, to learn about the Puebloan people, the Anasazi, who lived down there, and their traditional gardening techniques as part of our gardening unit. So I am planning on making like a compilation video of that trip after the fact. I don't know. I might let my kids be in it like from behind so you can see the back of their heads. I will not be showing their faces. And then I also want to do sort of a homeschooling 101 video because a lot of people have contacted me and asked me for information on how to get started homeschooling. So that's something else I wanted to talk to you guys about. So I just wanted to pop on here and tell you about all my big ideas and how excited I am about them. And then to also ask if there's anything herb-wise that you guys would like to hear from me. I am thinking about doing like a summer drinks video as well, or maybe like a couple videos, because what I like to do is make herbal syrups and then turn them into like really nice summery drinks, non-alcoholic. I don't drink. But when it's really hot outside, I really love to make like a dandelion mocktail. So things like that, if you guys are interested in, let me know because I want to give you the information that you want. Sorry, I'm so wiggly right now. It's gonna rain, so my joints are just kind of painful. So sorry, you guys. I don't know why YouTube has decided that I don't need to see the chat. Okay, gorgeous nails. Thank you, Paula. That's so sweet. I don't know what your redacted message was, but it's been redacted, so I did check my link twice. So anyway, I know that's like just a ton of information that I'm spewing at you guys. I guess the biggest takeaways are that like at least in the spring and summertime, my channel is not going to be very much focused on crochet. I will share projects that I do with you, but I'm going to be doing a lot more with herbs. And so when I am making videos, I'm most likely going to make more herbal videos than crochet videos. If you are anxiously awaiting tutorials, I'm sorry. I just don't have the spoons for it. I have lost my Crojo. I haven't finished anything since that last blanket. I haven't done anything. So I'm thinking in the wintertime I'll probably be a lot more crochet oriented. But I don't know. I hope that you guys are as excited as I am about the herbal videos. That's kind of, my profession. That's what I want to teach. That's what I want to share with you guys. There are so many wonderful, wonderful, wonderful channels out there with crochet tutorials. I'm not saying that I won't do any, I'm just saying that's not the focus. So if you want to find more crochet tutorials, check out my friend Tracy over at Crochet Rocks because she does so many beautiful tutorials. Otherwise, you can come here and see what I'm working on. And at some point in the distant future, hopefully, there will be a few tutorials from me on here as well. But I guess we'll see because I have not been that consistent. Unfortunately, I have not been that consistent with my videos on YouTube. So that's all I've got. But I thought you guys might be really excited to hear about it. And I also wanted to let you guys know a little bit about my eds. So, excuse me. My voice keeps going. I'm not going to be able to do the full 40 minutes I was hoping for. Sometimes I drink like Sprite or something because it seems to help with the voice issues that I'm having. I'm going to see a specialist about that at some point in the future, but it's not at the top of the priority list right now. But I did have an appointment with my new PCP, my new primary care physician today. And you guys, it was amazing. So it was a telephone appointment and we talked about everything. We talked about women's health. We talked about, she's going to refer me to an osteo, I don't know, osteopath for imaging and consultation. I will not be getting surgery if that's something that they recommend. I'm not there yet. So that's not something that's on my radar. But my doctor's awesome because when I told her I needed a referral, she said, let me do some research and find an osteo that's at least somewhat EDS literate. You guys, this is the first time since my diagnosis that I've had a doctor that said, let me find somebody who knows about you. Instead of sending me to some random doctor and hoping that they have an idea what the heck is going on, she's actually going to be doing all the research, finding me the doctor, and then sending me there. So I love, love, love my new doctor. She's amazing. And I hope that everybody who needs a doctor gets a doctor that cares as much as mine does, because it is so refreshing after almost 3 years of being really sick, of getting somebody that listens to me when I say what's going on, that actually takes into consideration that I might know a little bit about my body, and then that cares enough to find me the right doctor to refer me to. So that's really exciting. I'm going to an osteo because, okay, so if you don't know what EDS is, it stands for Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and it's a connective tissue disease. It's genetic, incurable, and there is no treatment. That's what I have. And because my connective tissue is faulty, instead of my collagen growing like this, it kind of grows like this. And so everything that's not supposed to stretch does stretch. And then I can do really weird bendy stuff with my body and like put my wrist against, things that I'm not supposed to be able to do. Unfortunately, this causes a lot of instability in my joints. So when I'm walking, my knee is sliding around like this and my hip is sliding in and out like this. And so I'm falling apart. I like to say that I'm unstable. So I need to go see an osteopath because I haven't seen one since I was 19. And when I was 19, I didn't have this diagnosis, although I did have the disease. I didn't have the diagnosis, so they didn't know what to look for. But my doctor is concerned that my arthritis might be worsening and that I might have some actual structural issues going on. So before I can proceed any further with PT, I have to get some imaging done. So it'll probably be like x-rays to begin with, and then it'll be MRIs if anything. And then I don't know where we go from there. I do have concerns because my hips and my pelvis are so unstable and come out all the time. They're like almost never in. I do have concerns that the osteo is going to want to do surgery. I don't heal well from things, so I can't imagine doing that. I can't imagine doing surgery. The pain that I have is pretty awful, but at the same time, I can't imagine that I would recover well from some sort of joint replacement surgery, and I'm 34 years old. So if I do it now, who's to say that it's going to last for the next 40 years or whatever? I'm just not there yet. I have been criticized for not wanting to do any kind of surgery, but with all the research that I've done and everything that I know about this disease, like, we just don't heal well. My scar tissue forms, in abundance. It's just not worth it, honestly. For the amount of relief that is predicted I would get, it's just not worth it. So that's something I wanted to just kind of like tell you guys, because I know a few of you have been worried about me, and I apologize for not being more present, but it's been really difficult because I also have had a few losses. I know I told you guys about sorry, I'm trying to get the chat to work. I told you guys about my friend who passed away. She went missing, and then they found her, and it turned out that she had gone hiking on her own and fallen off a cliff and passed away, which is absolutely devastating. She's 25, so she's very young. And then just the other day, I found out that another dear, sweet friend of mine passed away. I believe she was 94. So nice long life. And so 2 deaths in less than 2 weeks. I just haven't really had the whatever it is that I need to do YouTubes. That being said, my plan is to become a lot more consistent with it, because I do want to talk more about like my business and my herbals and all that stuff, because I have gotten several sales from you guys, and that's awesome. Thank you so much for the support. Like, I really appreciate it. But yeah, I've just been dealing with quite a bit lately, so that's why I haven't been as consistent as I would like to be. My plan moving forward, hopefully, is to do at least, if not a new video, then a live on Thursdays. I know today's not Thursday, but if I only do it once a week, I'm thinking Thursday is going to be the day, because I don't have much else going on that day. So that's the plan. Anyway, my plan is to post at least once a week, maybe twice a week. It's like, let's start with once. Let's see if I can do it once a week, and then we'll go from there. But the plan is to do a tutorial once a week. So it'll probably be like, it'll start with herbal syrups and stuff like I was talking about, and then I don't know how in depth I want to get with the tutorials on YouTube, because this is something that like I want to do as a living. Like, I am an herbalist, but I also want to like teach for a living, and I don't want to just teach the entire course for free. I am happy to do like a home herbalist's kind of overview intro to herbalism course on YouTube, but I don't know how in depth I really want to get. I probably won't do like phytochemistry or any of that stuff, but just information that I think everybody should have. It'll be really basic, but I think a lot of you guys will enjoy it. Especially, trust me, when summer comes and you know how to make a nice rose syrup or a dandelion syrup, and you can sit on your back porch with a nice iced drink garnished with an orange slice or whatever, you feel fancy. Like, it's nice. You feel fancy, and it's a good time. So I'm definitely going to do that. But yeah, and then I guess just kind of whatever I'm inspired to do, even if it's not on the list that I kind of went over. But I don't know. I'm going to try and kind of just film these tutorials whenever I feel up for it, and then just post them on Thursdays. So they probably won't be posted the same day that they're made. And a lot of them might not even get made all in one day. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, if you guys have an idea or a question, I would love to do a live if I can get the chat to work. YouTube. I would love to do a live where it's just your guys' herbal questions, and you can ask me anything, as far as herbalism goes. So, if there's something that you want to know about herbalism, there's some sort of herb you want to learn about, if there's a specific issue or ailment that you have that you would like advice on, I would love to do a live where we cover those subjects. So like if you get migraines, for instance, we could talk about wood betony, we could talk about birch oil, we could talk about feverfew and all these other things that might help. Or if you have allergies, we could talk about nettles and honey. And there's so much that I could share with you, but I also kind of need to know what you guys want to know, because it's a lot. It's a lot. I'm not saying, oh, I know so much, I can't fit it into a video. I'm just saying that I don't want to give you guys information that you're not asking for. I don't want to give you guys information that's like a little too much. Like, you probably don't need a really in-depth anatomy lesson or anything. But But at the same time, I definitely want to share my passion and my love for herbalism with you. So if there's something that you would find helpful, then, you know, let me know. Jane says, I would love to learn how to treat animals with herbs. So, yeah, we can do that. I can actually, I was thinking when I do the essential oil safety for kids and for pets, I could also do just like pet remedies. Something that is really wonderful for pets that a lot of people don't know about is called a flower essence. They are not essential oils. They're called flower essences. The most popular brand out there is called Bach, Bach. If you look up Bach flower essences, here, I'll type it in the chat. Bach flower essences. Those are wonderful for animals. It's vibrational medicine. The thing about it, it's really potent and powerful for children and for pets and for some adults. But anybody who hasn't been taught not to believe in vibrational medicine, it's really effective for. So they have different um, essences for different ailments. I've used them on my dog before, and it's helped a lot with her anxiety. So, oh, I'm so sorry to hear about your dog, Jane. That's awful. You'll have to message me, and we'll talk about it, because if I know what's going on with her, I might be able to help some. It's tricky treating pets because they can't tell you what's going on, or, how they're feeling, or what's working, what's not working. It can be very frustrating, but flower essences are definitely something that you can use for pets. That's awesome, Jane. There's one called Rescue Remedy, and I think they make one specifically for animals, and that's a good one as well. But yeah, I mean, I'm happy to talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. Oh, plants also do really well with flower essences. So if you have a plant that's just kind of like sad and dumpy, like there's certain flower essences you can give it to perk it back up. So that's something to keep in mind, is that flower essences work really well for plants, animals, and children. They work well for adults as well, if you believe in them. If you don't believe in them, then it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy that they won't work. So that's all. Yay, I almost made it to the 40-minute mark before I started really losing my voice. I don't know if you guys can tell. I'm sure that you can. Oh, I forgot. This might get loud, so I'm sorry. I wanted to show you my new microphone. How freaking cute is this thing? It's got like a little tripod too. I finally remembered to use it, so you'll have to let me know how the audio is. Yeah. Anyway, I'm hoping, so tomorrow I will probably make the video and then edit it, and then Thursday hopefully I will get it up. But my plan was to start with dandelions, but they're not up enough to harvest yet. So I think the next video I'm going to do will be allergies, and I'll talk about different herbs to help with allergies, what you can do to prevent allergies, and just some of the really out there therapies that I've heard about. As well as what causes allergies, why do we have them, what the heck is going on, why are our bodies so dramatic when it comes to a little bit of pollen in the sky. So that will be the next video. So the goal is, hopefully I can make that video tomorrow, and then I can edit it and have it posted by Thursday. So keep an eye out for that one. And if there's any other videos that you guys want to see, like I said, let me know. But I'm going to have to go because I am really starting to lose my voice now, if you can't tell. So, yeah. You were making a cat garden for your cat? That's awesome. You went to get one and should check the catnip. Yeah, I mean, I used to grow catnip for my cat, and he would just lay in the catnip all day. He's such a stoner. He would just lay there and chew on the catnip leaves. But I don't know if you guys can tell or not, but I'm really losing my voice now. So I'm going to go. But thank you guys so much for being here, and thank you for your support and understanding. And especially thank you for all the love that you guys send me when you know I'm going through a hard time. Like, I can't even express to you how much it means to me to know that there's people that care and that really listen and understand that, like, I'm a human, I have all these lofty goals and aspirations to make different tutorials and videos and stuff, and it doesn't always happen on the schedule that I was hoping that it would. So I do appreciate your understanding, and I'm so excited and I look so forward to making more videos on herbs and things. And then I will schedule at some point a live that'll just be Q&A. It will be all of your herbal questions answered. So keep an eye out for that as well. Don't forget, wash your hands, wear your masks, be kind to yourselves and each other, and don't ever forget that you are beloved, sacred, precious beings worthy of unconditional love. And I am so happy that you exist. So thank you for being here, and I will see you guys next time. All right. Have a good night, day, morning, whatever it is where you are, and I'll see you next time.